It's insane to have your ideas come out and to have it, you know, taken in so well by other people. It's really cool.
Really trying to respect snowboarding. It's really a snowboarding experience. So because everything is really wide open, you know, it's really a challenge for us to make sure that we keep absolutely everything on the mountain super fun. So that's one of the reasons why we came to Park City, you know, because they've got such great features up at the top of the mountain with all the mining buildings, you know.
I figured I'd put the mountain that I ride the most at in the game. I mean, I'm always up here doing events and stuff.
We took two trips out here, actually. The first trip was to come up and get reference footage, video, photos, as much as we could take for 3 or 4 days of the entire surroundings on the mountain. So we got all the mining buildings and everything. Then after that, we came back a second time and we came to film Shaun. So I got to film Shaun for a couple days, follow him down the hill with the camera and ask him to do different stuff in the park.
You'd be surprised how well those guys can program off of just seeing something. I've been in games before as a character, and I'm like, this is kind of a bummer because I can't really give any input. I can't, you know, my character looked ridiculous. The clothes I was wearing were retarded. I mean, the stuff I was wearing, it just, you know, everything that was in the game, it wasn't really that cool. So when it came time for me to actually get a chance to do my own game, I'm like, okay, well now I gotta right all those wrongs that were done in those games and really put out something with some quality and not just like, you know, some cool lingo or whatever to make it a snow game. Definitely getting most of the snowboard lingo out of it. You know what I mean? There's stuff that I do say to my friend, I do say sick and awesome and stuff like that, but it's not like after every, you know, thing that you do, it's like, oh my god, that was totally radical, bro. And you know, it's not some terrible lingo like that. It's whenever you go up to the hill, it's like what you would expect to see or hear.
It sets itself apart because it's so wide open, it's so free. Players aren't forced to go down the mountain through like a tunnel type setup. You know, they can choose their line as they're going down the mountain.
I think definitely some of the features that we've put into the game is just like this endless mountain that you get to ride where, I mean, you could be at the top of the hill and you go, okay, I could just keep going left and just see where it takes me.
Hopefully after people play our game, you know, they're going to want to actually try snowboarding for real. We give people the opportunity to do things like riding, you know, at the front of an avalanche, which is something that, you know, you really don't want to do in real life, or, you know, ride along the edge of a crevasse and get extra big points or a gap across it. You know, we give people that opportunity.
Okay, well we could go to one total end of the spectrum and do, you know, super realistic where it's very hard to do the tricks, like getting a 360 around is pretty hard, you know what I mean, for people that don't ride a lot. And so I wanted this really fun middle ground because it's nice to get on an actual, it's a video game. You can't grind the chairlift line, or you could, you know, air this 50-foot cliff and just triple backflip and still stick it, you know what I mean? It's a game, so I wanted to keep the fun elements of gaming and bring a little bit of realistic into it. So once you get on the rails, you know, the way he presses and butters, and definitely like the way the guy turns in the backcountry, it's really cool. I started playing a ton of Ubisoft games, just because those guys are, you know, making my thing. So I wanted to know where their talent was at.